have anything to say before he is sentenced. I stood up and I said, Your Honor, I'm the person who pressed the charges. I would like to drop the charges. I made a huge mistake.
Wow.
This was like, I'm in court, in front of his family, in front of friends.
All right, let's break this down. Nicki Minaj's husband, Kenneth Petty, has been in hot water for a while now over some serious allegations. But things just took a turn for the worse, and the internet is losing it. So here's the deal. Kenneth Petty was convicted back in 1995 for allegedly assaulting a woman named Jennifer Hugh. He served 4 years for this crime, but that wasn't the end of his troubles. This man has been in and out of jail more times than I can count. We're talking over 15 different mugshots, y'all. Now, you'd think Nicki would run for the hills when she found out about his past, right? Wrong. Our girl Nicki not only stuck by him, but went on a whole defensive rant on her Queen radio show back in 2019. She was out here calling Jennifer an alleged victim and trying to convince us all that Kenneth was innocent. Nicki's story went something like this. Kenneth couldn't afford the $7,000 bail, so he had to take a plea deal. She even claimed that when Jennifer tried to recant her statement, she was told she'd go to jail for 90 days. Nicki was really trying to paint this sad picture of a young man from the hood who got caught up in the system. But hold up, loves, let's not forget that this is the same man who was convicted of manslaughter in 2006. I mean, that's a whole different case, but it does make you think about the kind of person we're dealing with here. Fast forward to 2021 and things get even messier. Jennifer sued both Nicki and Kenneth for allegedly trying to intimidate her. The case got thrown out due to insufficient evidence, and Nicki's camp was quick to act like this meant Kenneth was innocent.
First time on camera regarding the lawsuit she filed against Nicki Minaj and her husband, Kenneth Petty, a lawsuit accusing them of harassment and intimidation, among other charges.
I feel like the actions that were taken in regards to this whole situation have put me in a different type of fear at my age now, and it was wrong, and I don't want to be afraid anymore. So the only way not to be afraid is to continue to speak up.
Now, Jennifer, I'm going to read because I don't want to make a mistake, because this is an important story. Though Kenneth Petty first denied the rape charges, he was charged with first-degree rape, subsequently pleaded guilty to attempted rape, and spent over 4 years in prison, according to the inmate records. Did you feel that justice was served?
I don't think I thought about justice per se, because I was still blaming myself.
Okay.
I thought it was something that I did or didn't do. So I don't think I thought about if I got justice. I just knew he did what he did, and he went to jail, and I had to leave my family, I had to leave my home, and I had to move away. So, yeah, I never really gave it much thought.
Forward, when it was announced that Kenneth Petty was marrying Nicki Minaj, what was your first thought about that news?
I was so afraid of being found out. I was so afraid of being known as the person he violated, and I didn't want that. You know, it's Nicki Minaj.
Now, this is where Jaguar Wright enters the chat. Jaguar, who's known for spilling all kinds of industry tea, stepped up to defend Jennifer. According to Jaguar, Nicki and Kenneth allegedly offered Jennifer a huge sum of money to recant her statement. Why? So Kenneth's name could be removed from the offender list. But Jennifer wasn't having it, and that's when things allegedly got scary.
The whole live on YouTube. She started advocating for Jennifer Huff, Kenneth Petty's victim. Kenneth Petty being Nicki Minaj's husband. Now, I'm wrangled up in that advocacy. I advocate for Jennifer Huff. Part of the reason why I advocate for Jennifer Huff is because it disgusts me what has happened to her life. See, when she was 16 years old, she was unfortunate enough to be raped by knife point and cut by Kenneth Petty, who was also 16. She was threatened, she was bullied. In the end, he said, "F the trial," and he copped. He copped a plea, attempted, but it landed him on the offender registry list. By the way, he is a level 3 offender. For those of you who don't understand how it works, this is how it goes.
Teach him with Jaguar.
First tier, level 1 offender. You on that for 10 years. Level 2, they give you 20 years on the registry. Level 3, you're on it for life. For life. For life. That's her husband. A whole ape, monster, sexual, sadist, deviant, who likes to whittle on his women as he them. That's her f***ing husband.
Right.
Jennifer was his victim in the 90s. She moved on with her life, had children, everything was fine. Until this marries Nicki. Now he married Nicki. He Mr. Minaj, right? So he moves from New York to Los Angeles and decides he doesn't have to register anymore. Well, he ends up getting busted for it. He gets booked, the fans catch on, the blogs catch on, and then the next thing you know, they find out he's got a conviction. Then they start researching who's the victim. And now Jennifer Huff's name is drug into this all over again. The Pettys decide to engage her, offer to pay her to recant her story so he can get off the registry. Imagine the balls. Listen to me, I know you got up and cut, baby, but this is what I need you to do for me.
Forget
you know
the
that
trauma.
shit was mad long ago. Look, I'm about to get you this cash. I'll give you yay stacks, yay racks. All you gotta do is just go back to New York State and tell them that you lied and recant your story and everything, and I'm gonna hook you up on the back end. You gonna be great. The f***ing audacity. This woman made it through this shit, moved on with her life, and then the next thing she know, her name is all over the blogs. She didn't even know. Somebody approached her daughter. Then her family started getting f***ed again by their quote unquote alleged gang ties and friends. She was literally minding her business and got sideswiped by fame. How unlucky for her
Very.
that her assailant married someone famous and now dug her all back into this.
Y'all know Jaguar's always in everybody's business, so it's not shocking she's got the inside scoop, and everything she's saying lines up with what Jennifer's been saying, so it's not like she's making this up out of thin air. Now, here's where things get really wild. A few days ago, Kenneth's interrogation tape from way back when Jennifer first accused him leaked online. In the tape, Kenneth claims he saw Jennifer the morning of the alleged assault walking with his friend. But when the officer asked for the friend's name, suddenly Kenneth couldn't remember. Convenient, right? And when the officer straight up asked if he assaulted Jennifer, Kenneth denied it.
And shorts? Are those shorts?
Gas shorts.
And sneakers. Okay. And now you live at 12340 Inwood Street. How long have you lived there?
All my life.
And which one is your bedroom in that house?
Right upstairs. Right.
Okay.
As soon as you walk upstairs, right there. My aunt sleeps right there, and I sleep right there.
Okay. Was your aunt home today?
No, she had just left.
Was anybody else home when the police came? Did you ever bring her to your grandmother's house and have sex there?
No,
Never?
never.
Okay. Now, when the Officer Booth saw you today and he asked you how old you were, you told him you were 14.
Mm-hmm.
You have to answer
Yes.
that. Okay.
Okay.
How old are you?
I'm 16.
So you lied when you told him you were 14?
Yes.
Why did you do that?
Because I didn't know what was going on, man.
When was this?
Today.
Okay, what do you mean you didn't know what was going on?
I didn't know what was going on. Why should I tell him everything when I don't even know what's going on? I'm trying to ask him a question, and he like, how old are you? You know, I was like, I'm 14.
Okay, but you're stating that you did nothing wrong today, right?
Yes.
Okay, but you lied when he asked you how
Yes,
old you
I
were.
did lie, yes.
Okay. And you've been arrested before?
Yes.
And you know that they ask you those questions
Yes.
for certain reasons?
Mm-hmm, yes.
Okay. How long have you known Jennifer?
Ever since preschool, daycare center.
Okay. And just to clarify, what's her last name?
It's her last name. I think it's Brits. Jennifer. Wait up.
Is it How?
How?
H-O-U-G-H? Does that sound familiar?
How? No.
You don't know? Okay. Let me ask you something. So you've seen her just about every day?
Yes.
Since you broke up, as you say?
Yes.
And when you've seen her just about every day, when would
Yes.
you see her and where?
I would see her either coming from school or going to school. Cause she's a nice girl. She doesn't do nothing but go in the house, does her homework. You know, cause I used to be with her sometimes, helping her do her homework, going to the library and stuff.
Okay, and did you ever see her with people or
Yeah,
alone?
yes, she used to be with people.
Okay, and did you have conversations with her on those other mornings you'd see her?
Yes.
And today was just like any other morning when you saw her?
Yes.
And you mostly talked to her friend and not even to her?
Yeah.
Just about?
Yeah.
So when you left, were you mad?
No.
No? And when she left, did she seem mad?
I don't know.
How did she seem when she left?
She's really, I can't tell you because I did not look back to look at her.
Okay. Now, are you working right now?
No.
Okay. And I need to know, you were wearing these shorts and a t-shirt.
Yes.
Were you wearing any undershorts?
Yes.
Okay. What type? Boxers or?
Boxers.
Okay. Do you have them on still?
Yes.
The same ones?
Yes.
All right. The officer's going to need to take those and voucher them as well for
Yes.
evidence, okay?
Mhm.
So he'll do that when we finish this interview.
Yes.
All right?
Yes.
Now, you recall before when your mother was still here, she gave you a form, a consent form to go into the house and to look for certain properties.
Yes.
Do you recall that?
Yes.
All right. And do you remember reading this and signing your name at the bottom?
Yes.
And is this your signature over here?
Yes.
Okay. And do you recall your mother reading it and signing her name over here?
Yes.
Okay. Can you get this, Bob? Yeah? Okay. And your mother went over with the police officer and with me to the house. And in the bedroom in which you sleep, did you keep a knife in there?
Yes, there's little things and dishes in there.
Okay. And what's the knife in there for?
The downstairs is messed up.
What do you mean?
The kitchen is messed up. It's like we got all the cups and stuff is in our room basically.
Okay. And there was a knife in there?
Yes.
And it was on the dresser?
Nah, it was in a little bucket. It should be a little bucket on my dresser with a whole bunch of pots and a whole bunch of stuff.
Okay. Now, I just wanna. Yeah, do you have something? You know what? I'll use a piece of paper.
You want a picture? You should like this or?
No, I got this. Is this the knife that was in your room?
Yes.
Okay. And on your dresser?
Yes.
Okay.
It shouldn't have been on my dresser though.
Can you get that?
Hold it, tilt it, sorry. Got it.
Okay. And do you wear contacts? No? Does your aunt?
Yes.
Okay. And do you recognize this bottle?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Where do you recognize that from?
What I recognize it from?
Yeah.
From my aunt.
Okay. In your bedroom?
Yes.
Okay.
So Kenneth's out here denying everything, calling Jennifer a liar. But wait, there's more. People started digging and they found an updated police report that Jennifer submitted last year. And let me tell you, it's damning. According to the Daily Beast, this new evidence includes photos of injuries on Jennifer's face, neck, and sides. But that's not even the worst part. There's a police lab report saying they found spermatozoa in Jennifer's underwear and on 2 vaginal smears. They even found spermatozoa on the checkered shorts they took from Kenneth on the day of the alleged assault. When Jennifer was asked why she's bringing all this up now, even after Kenneth served time, she said, "I just wanted to show proof that I didn't lie on this man. I did exactly what I was supposed to do when it happened. I went to the police, I went to the hospital, I had a rape kit done." She also talked about how hard it is to relive all this trauma. When I look at this stuff, when I have to talk about this stuff, it feels like I'm back in it. It feels like I'm in a tornado and I'm trying to get out of it and my leg just keeps getting stuck. But even with all this evidence, some people still think Jennifer's lying. They've got their own proof and it's stirring up all kinds of drama. First, there's this letter that Kenneth's brother posted on Instagram right after the interrogation tape went viral. In this letter, which is supposedly from Jennifer to the DA's office, she recants her statement and admits to making the whole thing up. The letter says stuff like, "The marks on my neck was not from me being choked. They were hickeys that I got the day before from someone else." It goes on to say that Jennifer and Kenneth were making out, got into an argument, and then a fight. According to the letter, Jennifer told her friend what happened, and the friend told her to report it as rape. But that's not all, loves. There's also this FaceTime call from 2019 between Jennifer and a friend. In the call, which the friend recorded, Jennifer denies that Kenneth assaulted her. She even says she stood up in court to tell the judge he was innocent and that she wanted to recant her statement, but no one listened.
On perjury. Perjury is when you lie under oath, and regardless if I made a statement or didn't make a statement, that is the reason why I stood up in court and I said, when a judge asks, like, yo, does anybody have anything to say before he is sentenced? I stood up and I said, Your Honor, I'm the person who pressed the charges. I would like to drop the charges. I made a huge mistake.
Wow.
This was like, I'm in court, in front of his family, in front of friends, in front of everybody, like, whatever. And they was like, take it to the DA, and nobody wanted to hear.
Because he probably didn't have a paid lawyer at that time.
In this same call, Jennifer admits to writing that letter Kenneth's brother posted. She says she tried to get the DA to listen to her, but they were over it at that point and ignored her request to recant. According to Jennifer, the DA didn't care that she wanted to recant and insisted on throwing Kenneth in jail.
Did they say if you recant your story, you're going to go to jail?
No.
When you wrote the letter, all right, when you wrote the letter and gave it to the DA, what did they say?
I wrote the letter, I gave it to the DA, and then I showed up at court.
Oh.
And I stood up, be professional.
You already wrote a letter, and what you said in the letter though? That was
That I was pressured to press charges against him, and that I wanted to drop the charges. I didn't want him to go to jail. I was young. I was 16. You know, my words weren't. You know what I'm saying?
You already wrote a.
Shut up. The judge specifically said, take it to the DA. And everybody looked at the DA, and the DA shook her head like, this not happening. Like,
because they didn't want you. They didn't want you to go to court because you recanted your story. You told them it never happened. X, Y, Z. You was young. You was pressured. Correct, right?
Yeah.
So that's why. Yeah, man. Yeah. So that's probably why they was so thirsty, because they knew the case would have fell through the roof.
Shut up. No, I told them. What I said was that I wanted to drop the charges because I had made a mistake.
Oh, okay.
Anybody have anything to say?
Now here's where it gets really confusing. In Jennifer's recent interview on The Real, she said she and Kenneth were never in a relationship. But in that letter she admitted to writing, she talks about them having a sexual relationship. And if y'all remember, Kenneth confirmed this in his interrogation tape too.
Who brought up Kenneth's attempted conviction by replying to them on social media, saying he was 15, she was 16, in a relationship. What are your thoughts about that?
It was like reliving it again, because it was a lie. It wasn't true. We both were 16. We were never in a relationship. I just felt woman to woman. I was wrong of her.
Y'all, it's a hot mess. On one hand, we've got Jennifer saying Kenneth assaulted her, with some pretty serious evidence to back it up. On the other hand, we've got this FaceTime call and letter where she seems to be saying the opposite. People are real conflicted about who's telling the truth here. Some are dragging Nicki for allegedly helping her husband hide evidence, while others are coming for Jennifer, accusing her of lying and ruining Kenneth's life. The internet is divided, loves. Some people are pointing out how Jennifer did everything a perfect victim is supposed to do. She reported immediately and preserved the evidence. They're saying people are only accusing her of lying because Kenneth married a famous rapper 30 years later. One person tweeted, Jennifer did everything the perfect victim is supposed to do. She reported immediately and preserved the evidence. Yet people accuse her of lying because he married a rapper 30 years later. Nicki Minaj and Kenneth Petty lied about every single detail. But then you've got folks on the other side saying Kenneth deserves an apology. They're calling him a black man wrongfully convicted of a crime he never did. So, what's the truth, loves? Did Nicki and Kenneth really try to hide evidence of the assault? Or is Jennifer the one who's not being truthful? Here's what we know for sure. 1. Kenneth Petty was convicted of attempted rape in 1995 and served 4 years. 2. He's had multiple run-ins with the law since then, including a manslaughter conviction. 3. Nicki Minaj has consistently defended him and questioned Jennifer's story. 4. Jennifer sued Nicki and Kenneth for alleged intimidation, but the case was thrown out. 5. New evidence has emerged, including DNA evidence that seems to support Jennifer's claims. 6. There's also evidence that seems to contradict Jennifer's story, including a letter and a recorded call. It's a complicated situation, and there's a lot we still don't know. but one thing's for sure. This story is far from over. Now, I want to hear from you, loves. What side are you on? Do you think Nicki and Kenneth are trying to cover up the truth? Or do you believe Jennifer might not be telling the whole story? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget, in situations like this, it's important to remember that the truth can be messy. We might never know exactly what happened, but it's crucial to take allegations of sexual assault seriously while also respecting the principle of innocent until proven guilty. This case raises a lot of important questions about celebrity, power, and how we handle allegations of sexual assault. It's not just about Nicki, Kenneth, and Jennifer. It's about how we as a society deal with these complex and sensitive issues. Whatever you believe, one thing's clear. This situation has caused a lot of pain and trauma for everyone involved. It's a reminder that our actions can have long-lasting consequences and that the truth isn't always black and white. That's all for now, loves. Remember, keep an open mind, stay informed, and always be kind. This is Hot Gossip signing off. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more tea. And click here to watch another messy video that'll have your jaw on the floor. Until next time, bye!